Hello, ass kickers. El Furey here. This is a bowling ball. And the reason I'm showing this to you is because 4 years ago, I started training both sides of my body to become ambidextrous. I started with hand writing in either direction with either hand, in cursive, not print. I learned this from Michael Lavery in his book Whole Brain Power and by talking to him personally a lot. Then I got into bowling, and I've been a right side dominant bowler my whole life whenever I bowled. I decided I got really into it and I'm going to start playing with the left. I was terrible at first, terrible. But one of the things I learned from Michael was that eventually you keep working the other side, the non-dominant side, it can actually become the dominant side or the better side, let's say it that way. This is something that's happened in sports and tennis with everyone from Tiger Woods to some of the top tennis players that were born righties and were made lefties. Tiger Woods golfs right-handed, but he's left-handed. There are people who were born right-handed in tennis who were turned into lefties to give them an advantage. You see this in baseball, where somebody throws right, but he bats left. That's giving you some natural ambidexterity training. But what happened is, my initial goal with bowling was to get to be 50 points out of 300. Stop throwing the ball in the gutter. Then I got so that was easy, and then 100 became easy, and then I had a goal, I'm going to bowl 200. But more importantly, and I did achieve that goal, but more importantly was this. When I would be with friends bowling, they would assume, or other people who had never seen me bowl before, they would assume I was a lefty. Because the grace and fluidity that I had from the left side surpassed what I had on the right side. If I then grabbed the ball and went right-handed, somebody watching me would say, stick with the left side. Not knowing that I actually was right-handed previously. Now I would say I'm ambidextrous. And the proof of it came yesterday when my friend and client Jim Anderson came here to town. He's a former collegiate wrestler from Ohio State University, a team that we at Iowa kicked the living shit out of time and again. In fact, they put me in at 190 in a dual meet against Ohio State and 2 weight classes up, and I decked that sumbitch. So much so that I got interviewed on TV and radio and the newspapers afterward. Furey, Iowa Reserve seals Hawkeye victory over lowly Ohio State. Anyway, Jim, come on out. Fist, fist. See, I had to teach him this. This fist bumping stuff, fist bump. You do both sides to train. And it feels good. If I just do this, it's a letdown. Do you feel it now? It's just do the right again. Boom. We're emotionally let down, but we go bang. Now, you feel it?
Lit up.
You light up. And that's what I found with the bowling. When I bowled right-handed, I didn't get the same brain euphoria that I got when I bowled left-handed. So eventually I just stopped bowling right-handed completely and only did left. Well, you came here yesterday and I'm working with you on Tai Chi principles and so on. So even with the Tai Chi, you see I'm moving both sides of the body interchangeably. I've got to be able to move, and I'm doing a dumbed down version of it. This isn't the real version. Just enough for people to see a wave-like pattern coming from either side. And that's a type of ambidexterity as well. But when we're talking ambidexterity for purposes of this movie, this is beyond a video, this is a movie, is we're talking feet and we're talking hands. Not just hands, feet and hands. What we uncovered yesterday, I was explaining to Jim, and he was the same way, I believe. When you were a collegiate wrestler, were you more dominant attacking one side of the opponent's body than the other?
99% of the time I would attack the right side.
The right side. So did I. So did I. But yesterday, and I lined up with my right foot forward, didn't you?
Yeah.
Right foot was forward. Now, yesterday, I was this way, and did you immediately feel uncomfortable when I shot in
Yeah.
on this side? Because you're not used to having to defend that side.
I always defended the right side and fell off.
And you'd keep that leg, hence you'd keep that leg back.
And seldom would people attack it.
Seldom would they attack. And yesterday I came out, and not only am I attacking him on this side, he doesn't even realize that I haven't given instruction to anybody on attacking, takedown, offense in many, many years. Many, many years. And when I did, it was always on that side. That's the side I was comfortable. Here, I got millions of repetitions coming in here, this way. But I didn't even have 1,000 repetitions coming in on this side. Probably not even 1,000. And yet yesterday, without realizing it, and I didn't tell him this, Jim assumed this was my dominant side.
I would have sworn by it.
Would have sworn by it, that Furey is a lefty. This means, as Michael Lavery told me, I fundamentally changed the architecture of my brain by doing the left-handed bowling and the left-handed writing. And by fundamentally changing means I became whole brain oriented. Whole brain oriented, not just more one than the other, but both. And then we started playing around last night where I would come in and I would attack using my legs. So now, not just attacking with the upper body, but moving in and attacking with the legs. So you see I did two different things here. First, I went here, and second, I went with the left foot coming inside. See, that's hard to defend against because I have now, because I can use both sides, not only can I attack both sides of his body, but I can also use different moves.
So cool.
You see? Now my whole life in college, I had this foot sweep, but notice what foot I used. Yes, I attacked this side of the body. Yes, I did. But I'm using my right foot. I set it up though by kicking here and then doing that. So the setup and the attack were both done with the same foot. Whereas now I could be here and do this and use the same foot. That's the left.
And attack.
Yes, but I could also do this and then do this. So now I'm sweeping you with a kick to the inside using the other foot. But if I'm not ambidextrous, I can't do this. And don't tell me that, oh, I'm right-handed, I'm left-handed, I'm not ambidextrous. You can become ambidextrous with the hands and the feet. Here again, outside sweep. Right? Again. Outside sweep. I'm not sweeping you yet.
No.
We're trying. He's having trouble. He's having trouble following along with this because
I have no practice.
He has no practice. He's not even realizing he needs to pull this foot back. There we go. Now I'm here with the other foot.
I'm literally freezing. when
You're
you set
freezing.
it up.
So think of the advantage you have as an athlete when you can use both sides interchangeably. Now you understand, pull back. This foot comes down, now I sweep with this foot. It's not even fancy. There's not a whole lot of footwork and movement where I have to trick you. All I have to do is 1, 2. Simple. And I'm not muscling you. Now we'll go inside, kick, kick.
So,
Now I'll come outside to shave. He pulls. Now I sweep. So I got your brain completely flustered.
discombobulated.
Completely flustered. Or he's got that leg back and I want to attack that leg. Then learn to attack this one. Here. Now I'm here. He has this foot forward. I step in. He pulls his foot out. I step in. And I got it. Either way. So we're looking at 4 different moves, actually 5, done interchangeably that quickly. Step in to seize. Step in to seize. That's 1. Step in to shave outside. Step in to shave outside. Kick. Kick. Sweep. Sweep. Inside. Inside. We actually have more than that. We also have me lacing. Turn this way a little bit so the camera can see. Yeah, so instead of just coming in, now I've laced.
Oh, that is deep.
And this. See, you feel that?
Really, I'm in trouble.
That's what I want to hear. I want to hear he's in trouble. Training both sides of the body, hands and feet. And unbelievably, what I learned from Michael was, it starts with handwriting. Not print. Not using your thumbs on an iPhone or iPad. Not typing on a computer or even an old typewriter, which would be better. If you use the old typewriter, you got to do more things. There's more of the brain that needs to be used. Now people aren't even typing, they're just voice activated. Or they're using emojis, so no words involved. We wonder why people are getting Alzheimer's and dementia. They're not using the brains the same level. But the ultimate way to start using the brain is to get into the non-dominant hand. For me, that's the left. And right mirror image, and then right forward. So now I can do both. Well, then you take a sport, some physical activity other than handwriting. For me, it was bowling. And I work on that bowling with the other side. And then use the right side to teach the left side how to do it. And then eventually, the left side or the non-dominant side actually knows it better than this side.
Starts to reteach.
Seems to reteach. Hey, dummy. Hey, dummy. Let me explain to you what you're doing wrong on your dominant side. I have more information. I have the artistry. So left side of the body, right brain. More creativity. More detail. Right side of the body, left brain. More logical. What we want is the whole brain coming together as one. That gives you a hell of a lot more power, finesse, artistry, and ability. That's the beauty of this. You thought I was left side dominant yesterday. Today, he knows I'm left side dominant.
And I fear the right side.
And still fear the right side. That was my championship side. But you actually, this was the championship side. Won national and world championships with this side of the body. In wrestling, national championship, in Shuai Jiao Gong Fu, I was able to win a world and national championship. But Shuai Jiao Gong Fu and Tai Chi actually got me into starting to use both sides. But it never came together until I added the handwriting. And then took this other sport of bowling in. Man, I trained myself to bowl. Now can I train myself to hit a baseball, left hand as right hand. Bang. Boom. Everything working together. Can I do Tai Chi movements right side, other side? The ultimate test for me was to take one of my initial 3 sports when I was 8 years of age: swimming, wrestling, baseball. And I have millions and millions of reps of attacking this side. And maybe 1,000 on that side. And here I came out, not even being on the mat to practice or to teach anybody this. In many, many years, and this side, using this step and this arm predominantly, is the most dominant. What can we say? We can do as sports fans do all around the world and fist bump. But that'd be incomplete, wouldn't it? So fist bump right hand, fist bump left hand. Now, you want to give your friends a fit? They put up the right hand, you put up your left. Look, you made him change. I made him change. Now we do both. Start with the left, then go right. Then we do both simultaneously. Then we cross them. See it? You see that one? He was this way. We got to get him pointed forward. Yeah. See? So now cross him the other way. Bang. All of this is brain training. You make one little deviation and your brain starts to hiccup. Instead of your fist being this way, it's this way and pointed down, and you don't even know it. Isn't that awesome?
Awesome.
So next time you shake hands, make sure you do this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and then this. Make sure you hit the like button, pass this on to your friends and family, subscribe, please, and most importantly, remember the daily mantra. It is Da Pi Wu, Ti Pi Wu, Na Mingzi, with my transliteration of kick ass, take